Many are called, but few are chosen, as it says in Matthew 22:14. If you've come across this video, it's no accident. The chosen ones don't experience coincidences. You were guided here because deep down, you already know there's something different about you. You've probably always felt it, a responsibility, a heaviness on your shoulders that others don't seem to carry. Maybe you didn't always understand it, but inside, you've known you were meant for something greater. This message is not for everyone. It's meant for the chosen ones, the rare souls with a divine purpose on this earth. If you're not one of the chosen, this might not make sense to you. But for you, these words will be like keys opening doors that were meant for you all along. Stay with me until the end, because what I'm about to share could change your spiritual journey. These secrets will help you protect your spirit and walk your path with strength, wisdom, and safety. You can't ignore these truths. Your mission is too important, and the forces working against you are too strong to face without being ready. As a chosen one, there are things you need to keep to yourself. You probably already sense this. People around you notice something different, too. Some are drawn to your light, but others might feel threatened by it. Not everyone wants what's best for you or understands your path. That's why secrecy is so important, not meaning to lie, but to be careful and wise about what you share and who you share it with. This protects you both spiritually and emotionally. Some truths, some insights, and even vulnerabilities are meant only for you or a few trusted people. Why? Because many won't understand. Some will mock you, others will doubt, and worse, some might use your words against you. The chosen ones are often misunderstood, and that misunderstanding can be dangerous. Jesus said, "Do not give what is holy to dogs, nor throw your pearls before swine, lest they trample them and turn to attack you." Matthew 7:6. You carry pearls, wisdom, gifts, and a spiritual calling that not everyone is ready for. You have to protect these. You're not supposed to share every detail of your journey or your spiritual insights with those who don't see things the way you do. Be wise in every interaction. Your spiritual insights are sacred. Not every revelation you receive should be shared openly, especially not with those who cannot understand. As a chosen one, you'll get wisdom that others might find strange or even laugh at. That doesn't mean you're wrong, it just means they're not ready to receive it yet. Think of the prophets in history. They often spoke in stories or kept some truths hidden until the right time. They knew how heavy their knowledge was. Sharing your insights too soon or with the wrong people can bring ridicule, attacks, or worse. Treat your spiritual revelations like treasures. They aren't meant for casual talks or to satisfy curiosity. They are gifts from the divine meant to guide and strengthen you. If you share them carelessly, others might twist or diminish them. That doesn't mean never share your wisdom. There will be moments when you're guided to speak, and you'll know when the time is right. Until then, guard your insights carefully. Trust your inner voice. If you've ever felt misunderstood after sharing something deep, now you know why. The world isn't ready for everything you know. That's okay. You're here to fulfill your mission, not to convince everyone. Sometimes staying silent is part of the journey. Even chosen ones have weaknesses. You might feel doubt, fear, or exhaustion, and that's normal. But don't show your vulnerabilities to just anyone. Not everyone will respond with kindness. Many might use your weaknesses to hurt you emotionally or spiritually. Energy is like currency. When you show vulnerability to the wrong people, you risk being drained. Some people are like spiritual parasites. They're attracted to your light not because they respect it, but because they want to take it away. Be careful who you trust with your heart. Some seem supportive but talk behind your back. If they know your weak spots, they might use them against you. That doesn't mean hiding your humanity completely. We all need connection and trusted friends who love us even when we're weak. But those friends are rare and found through prayer, divine guidance, and time. Don't give your heart away freely. Remember Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane. He only let his closest friends see him at his most vulnerable. Learn from this. Share your struggles only with those who have proven worthy. Keep your inner self safe from those who might misuse your pain. You have a divine mission. Your insights and vulnerabilities are sacred and not meant for everyone. Not all ears are ready to hear, and not all hearts are ready to understand. Protect what you've been given. Your energy is your spiritual currency. People are drawn to you because your light is different. This is a blessing, but also a challenge. Some people, and even spiritual forces, will try to drain your energy. These are the ones who come with their problems and negativity but give nothing back. They see your light and want to take it. If you feel drained after being with someone, it's not your imagination, it's a warning. You don't have to give your energy to everyone. You're called to serve, but you must be careful. Some are there just to take and leave you empty. Guarding your energy is very important. Without it, you won't finish your mission. How do you protect your energy? First, notice when you feel drained. Listen to your body and emotions. Trust your intuition. If someone always leaves you feeling worse, keep your distance. Second, learn to say no. You want to help and heal, but even healers need rest. Saying no isn't selfish, it's smart. It keeps your energy for those who really need and appreciate it, and for your own path. Third, be careful who you let close. Surround yourself with people who lift you up and respect your spiritual journey. Jesus was selective about who he spent time with, his disciples and closest friends. Learn from that. Be wise about who you allow near. Your presence, who you are, is sacred. It's more than just your energy, it's the space you hold and the impact you have. Have you ever entered a room and felt the atmosphere change? Or said something and everyone listened? That's your presence, part of your calling. But with this power comes responsibility. Not everyone can handle your presence. Some people might feel scared, jealous, or try to dim your light because it challenges them. Be careful where you go and who you let near. Some places carry negative energy, and you're more sensitive to this as a chosen one. Places filled with jealousy, anger, or darkness can hurt you spiritually. Protect yourself by choosing your surroundings wisely. Remember, your presence is a gift. It's not arrogance to protect it, it's wisdom. You wouldn't throw a precious treasure into the mud, so don't place your sacred presence where it's not respected. Your spiritual insights are special gifts from the divine, meant to guide and strengthen you on your journey. These truths aren't for casual talk or just to satisfy someone's curiosity. If you share them carelessly, others might misunderstand, twist, or even use them against you. That doesn't mean you never share your wisdom. There will be times when you feel prompted to speak, and you will know when the moment is right. Until then, protect your insights and trust your inner knowing. The divine gave you this wisdom for a reason, and part of that is to keep it safe until the right time and place. If you've ever felt misunderstood after sharing something deep, it's because the world isn't ready for everything you know. The path of the chosen is not easy because you carry knowledge others aren't ready to understand. That's okay. You're not here to convince everyone, but to fulfill your mission. Sometimes, Part of that mission is knowing when to stay silent. Even chosen ones have vulnerabilities. You may be guided by the divine, but you are still human, and you will face doubt, fear, and exhaustion. These weaknesses should not be shown to everyone. Not all people will be kind or understanding. Many might use your vulnerability to hurt you emotionally or spiritually. Think of energy like currency. When you show your weak spots to the wrong people, they can drain you. There are spiritual parasites attracted to your light, not because they respect it, but because they want to put it out. Be careful who you trust with your heart. Some people seem supportive but talk against you behind your back and use your weaknesses against you. This doesn't mean you should hide your humanity completely. Everyone needs trusted friends who can love and support us even when we're weak. But those friends are rare and found through prayer, guidance, and time. Don't give your heart away easily. Remember how Jesus didn't show his deepest fears to everyone but only to his closest disciples. Learn from this. Share your struggles with those who have earned your trust, but keep your inner self protected from those who might take advantage. You have a divine mission, and your insights and vulnerabilities are sacred, not for everyone. Not all ears are ready to listen, and not all hearts are ready to understand. Protect what's been given to you. Your energy is special and different. People are drawn to it because it shines in a unique way. This is a blessing but also a challenge. Your energy is the power that fuels your mission. But some people and even spiritual forces want to drain it. These are the ones who always need something from you but give nothing back. They bring their problems and negativity and pull from your strength. If you feel drained after being around someone, that's your spirit warning you. You don't have to give your energy to everyone. Yes, you are called to serve, but you must be careful. Some people only want to take and leave you empty. That's why guarding your energy is so important. Without it, you'll be too weak to finish your mission. To guard your energy, first, notice when you feel drained. Listen to your body, feelings, and spirit. Trust your intuition. If someone always leaves you feeling worse, keep your distance. Second, learn to say no. You are naturally caring and want to help, but even healers need rest. Saying no is not selfish, it protects your energy for those who truly need it and for your own journey. Third, be careful who you let into your inner circle. Keep close those who lift you up, respect your path, and add to your growth. Remember, even Jesus chose carefully who he spent time with. He didn't give himself fully to everyone. Follow his example and be wise about who you allow near. Beyond energy, your presence is sacred too. It's not just what you give but the space you take up in the world. Your presence has power and purpose. Have you ever noticed how when you enter a room, the atmosphere changes, or when you speak, people listen? That's your presence working, and it's part of your calling. But with this power comes responsibility. Not everyone can handle your presence. Some might feel scared or jealous of your light because it challenges them. Some might try to put out your light to feel better themselves. You must be careful where you go and who you share your presence with. Some places are full of negativity and will harm you spiritually. Your presence is a gift, and protecting it is wise. You wouldn't throw a treasure into the dirt, so don't place your sacred presence where it's not respected. You need to be careful about where you go and who you spend time with because your presence is special and powerful. Some places carry negative energy, and as a chosen one, you feel these energies more deeply than others. Being in a hostile or jealous environment can hurt you, even if your presence changes the atmosphere. Protect yourself by choosing your surroundings wisely. Remember, your presence is a precious gift, not something to share with everyone. It's not about being proud, but about respecting yourself. You wouldn't throw a valuable treasure into the dirt, so don't place yourself where you're not honored. You don't have to be everyone's friend or guide. Your mission is too important for that. Some relationships can dim your light, so choose carefully who you let into your life. It's also important to embrace solitude. Sometimes, you need to step away from the world to recharge, reconnect with the divine, and protect your presence from being overused. Solitude isn't loneliness, it's a way to renew your spirit, receive new guidance, and grow stronger for the journey ahead. Jesus often withdrew from crowds to pray alone, knowing how vital this time was. If he needed it, you need it too. Your energy and presence are your most valuable tools. They are the base of your spiritual power, your mission, and your ability to make a difference. But they are fragile and need protection. Set boundaries, be wise about who you spend time with, and take time for yourself. This keeps you ready to fulfill your divine mission. Silence is another powerful tool for you. In a noisy world where everyone wants attention, silence can be your greatest strength. This doesn't mean never speaking or hiding your truth, but knowing when to speak and when to stay quiet. The great spiritual teachers often spoke little because silence holds its own powerful energy. It lets you connect with the spiritual realm in ways words can't. Think about times you said something you later regretted. Words can build or destroy, and once said, they can't be taken back. Silence, on the other hand, gives you space to think, reflect, and gather strength. When others try to provoke you or challenge your beliefs, silence protects your energy and peace. Not every fight is yours to take. Sometimes, the smartest choice is to say nothing. Jesus stayed silent when people accused or mocked him because he knew his mission didn't need their approval. He was confident in who he was. You should feel the same way. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your path. Let people talk, but choose silence as your response. This keeps your spiritual power safe. There will be times when you must speak, when the Spirit moves you to share wisdom or stand up for what is right. When that happens, speak clearly and without fear. But learn to tell the difference between a true calling to speak and an emotional reaction. Before you respond, pause and ask yourself, is this worth my energy? Will my words bring light or add to the darkness? Will what I say help my mission or just feed conflict? By guarding your presence, choosing your company carefully, embracing solitude, and practicing silence, you protect yourself and stay strong for your divine purpose. Before reacting, ask yourself if your response serves your mission or if it's just a reaction to someone else's negativity or ignorance. Often, silence is the stronger answer. In silence, you keep your dignity, protect your energy, and stay focused. You refuse to give power to those who oppose you, and most importantly, you allow divine wisdom to guide your next steps. Knowing what to share and what to keep private is just as important. Discretion means being careful about what parts of your life and spiritual journey you reveal. This doesn't mean living in fear or secrecy, but understanding that not everything should be shared. We live in a world obsessed with sharing every detail, but for you, oversharing can be dangerous. Your spiritual path is sacred, and not everyone is meant to see it. Discretion protects you from unnecessary attacks. When you share too much, your plans, struggles, or successes, you open the door for others to interfere. Some may be jealous, others mean-spirited, and some might unintentionally cause harm. Think of your spiritual path like a fragile plant. It needs time to grow roots and become strong before facing storms. If you expose it too soon, it becomes vulnerable to damage. Be selective about what you share and with whom. This doesn't mean you never share your story. There will be times when your experience inspires others or when you feel guided to share. But those moments should come from divine wisdom, not from seeking attention. Protecting your spiritual progress is vital. As you grow, you'll receive important insights and breakthroughs. These are gifts meant to strengthen and guide you, but not everyone is ready to understand them. Sharing too soon can cause misunderstanding or even attacks on your spirit. The enemy, both seen and unseen, uses what they know about your weaknesses and plans to stop your progress. That's why keeping your growth private until the right time is crucial. Move quietly and let your success speak for itself. Discretion applies to your relationships too. You'll connect with others on a similar path, and these connections are important. But not every relationship needs to be public. Some connections are sacred and meant to stay private, especially romantic ones. People attracted to your light may not always align with your mission. Be careful about who you allow close and who you share your deepest truths with. Protect the sacredness of your connections from outside negativity and interference. There is great power in moving silently, working on your goals and growing spiritually without announcing every step. This silence lets you build without distractions or pressure from others. When you finally reveal your achievements, their impact will be stronger because they were built in quiet. Silence and discretion are your spiritual armor in a noisy, oversharing world. Walk your own path. Choose your words wisely. Protect your spiritual progress. Be careful about who you let into your inner circle. Not everything needs to be shared, and not every challenge needs a response. By embracing silence and discretion, you guard your energy, your presence, and your divine mission. Emotions are part of being human, and even chosen ones feel joy, sorrow, anger, love, and frustration. But your path is different. You can't let emotions control you. To fulfill your mission, you must learn to master them. This doesn't mean ignoring or hiding your feelings, but understanding where they come from and how to use them in a way that helps, not hurts, your purpose. Mastering emotions is hard but necessary because you are a spiritual warrior. Like any warrior, you need to stay calm and focused even during tough times. When emotions take over, you lose control, your judgment gets cloudy, and you make poor decisions. The enemy, whether physical or spiritual, uses chaos to defeat you. If you let your emotions rule you, you become vulnerable to manipulation and distraction. Look at Moses as an example. After leading his people out of Egypt, he still struggled with emotions. In anger, he struck a rock instead of speaking to it as God told him, and this mistake cost him entry into the promised land. Even great leaders fall if they don't master their emotions. To master your emotions, start with self-awareness. Notice when anger, sadness, or anxiety rise. Pause and ask why you feel this way. Emotions often come from deeper fears, past wounds, or unmet needs. Understanding the root helps you deal with the cause, not just the surface feeling. Next, practice emotional regulation. This means managing your feelings in a healthy way. When strong emotions hit, don't react immediately. Take a breath, center yourself, and decide the wisest action. This pause can save you from regret later. Emotional mastery isn't about ignoring feelings. That's dangerous because buried emotions grow worse and burst out eventually. Instead, acknowledge your feelings but don't let them control your actions. You are the master of your emotions. Your emotions can also be a source of strength. When you feel righteous anger, For example, you can use it to fuel positive change instead of destruction. Anger over injustice can push you to take action that brings about real spiritual or social change. Sorrow can open your heart to compassion, inspiring you to heal and support others who are hurting. The important thing is to use your emotions as tools, not let them control you. When you feel strong emotions, ask yourself how you can channel them productively. Can your frustration fuel your determination? Can your sadness deepen your kindness? Can your joy lift others? By turning your emotions into spiritual strength, you stay in control and aligned with your mission. Balance is essential in your life. Without it, even the strongest spiritual warrior can fall. Balance keeps you grounded and helps you walk between the spiritual and physical worlds without losing yourself in either. In today's busy world, it's easy to feel pulled in many directions: work, relationships, duties, and your spiritual path. If you're not careful, you might feel overwhelmed, burned out, or disconnected from your purpose. To maintain balance, first make your spiritual life a priority. Your connection to the divine is the foundation of everything. No matter how busy life gets, spend time daily in prayer, meditation, reflection, or quiet moments. This keeps you centered and gives you clarity and strength to face challenges. Next, take care of yourself physically, mentally, and emotionally. You can't help others if you're running on empty. Eat well, rest, exercise, set boundaries, avoid toxic environments, and do things that bring you joy. Balance means caring for your whole self, not just your spirit. Learn to say no. People will naturally seek your light and guidance. While it's part of your mission to help others, you must protect yourself from being overwhelmed. You are not responsible for everyone's healing. Knowing when to step back is necessary, not selfish. Keep a balanced mindset by avoiding extremes in emotions, actions, or beliefs. Stay grounded and seek wisdom from both spiritual and practical sources. You live in both worlds, and each needs attention. Balance is important in relationships too. Surround yourself with people who support your growth and mission. Distance yourself from those who drain your energy or distract you. But balance doesn't mean cutting off everyone in need. It means knowing how much you can give and when to recharge. You're called to be a light, not a martyr. Balance your time between solitude and connection. Quiet moments are vital for spiritual renewal, guidance, and strength. But connection with others is also important. You are here to inspire and uplift. Find a rhythm that lets you recharge alone while still engaging meaningfully with others. This balance will grow your spiritual power. Mastering your emotions and keeping balance aren't just personal goals, they're necessary for your survival and growth. Mastering emotions keeps you focused and in control. Balance keeps you grounded and aligned with your mission. Your path is sacred and requires awareness, discipline, and grace. By mastering your emotions and living balanced, you empower yourself to move forward with strength, wisdom, and divine purpose. Protect your spirit from negative energies and attacks. As a chosen one, you're more sensitive to subtle energies around you, people, places, and situations. This sensitivity is a gift but also makes you vulnerable to negativity and spiritual attacks, which can show up as emotional exhaustion, confusion, doubt, fear, or even illness. Protecting your spirit is crucial for your well-being and mission. To protect yourself, maintain a strong connection to the divine. This relationship is your ultimate shield, giving you guidance, clarity, and protection from negativity. Keep this connection through daily spiritual practices like prayer, meditation, and reading sacred texts. When grounded in the divine, outside forces have less power over you. Use spiritual tools to strengthen your protection, prayers, affirmations, crystals, symbols, or calling on divine help. For example, the Lord's Prayer is a powerful shield against evil. When feeling attacked, speak words of protection and declare yourself surrounded by light. Cleanse your energy regularly. Just as your body needs cleansing, so does your spirit. Negative energies can cling to you from people or stressful places. Rituals like smudging with sage, bathing in salt water, or visualizing white light can help clear these energies and restore purity. Be aware of signs of spiritual attacks, feelings of fear, doubt, confusion, disconnection from purpose, loss of joy, conflicts, heaviness, or negative thoughts. When you notice these, don't panic. Understand it's an attempt to pull you off your path. Pray for guidance, ask for help, surround yourself with protective energy, and don't give in to fear. Fear is the enemy's tool. Instead, stand firm in your faith and connection to the divine. Your connection to the divine is the foundation of everything. Without it, none of the other secrets work. This connection is your lifeline, the source of your wisdom, protection, and power. Make daily time for prayer, meditation, or reflection to align with higher forces guiding your life. This is when you receive messages and direction for your mission. Many chosen ones get caught up in busyness and neglect this connection, which is dangerous. Without it, you become vulnerable, lose your purpose, and weaken your protection. Even Jesus withdrew often to pray and recharge. If he needed that, how much more do you? Learning to listen is part of strengthening your connection. Prayer and meditation shouldn't be one-sided. You must quiet your mind and world to hear the divine speaking through intuition, signs, and circumstances. The answers often come from within, through a quiet inner voice. You must be willing to listen. Surrendering to the divine is key. This doesn't mean giving up but trusting there is a higher plan for your life. Your path may not always make sense, even to you, but every challenge and lesson is part of your growth. Let go of the need to control everything, and release your fears and doubts. When you surrender, you open yourself to guidance and miracles. You begin to see how everything works together, even when it feels like it's falling apart. This is spiritual wisdom, not blind faith. Faith is the cornerstone of your connection to the divine. It sustains you when the way is unclear, challenges are hard, and the world feels heavy. Faith reminds you that you're not alone, that you are protected, and your mission is guided by greater forces. Your faith will be tested, but remember the divine never abandons those chosen. Faith is not the absence of doubt but choosing to keep going despite it. It is the inner knowing that you are on the right path. With these secrets, you are ready to walk your sacred journey with courage and spiritual authority. You are not alone. Greater forces guide your steps. Trust in that and know your purpose is greater than you can imagine. Stay protected, stay connected, and above all, stay faithful. Thank you for being part of this journey. Keep shining your light. Chat replay has been disabled for this premiere.